Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is Thursday, so we are talking Turner syndrome. I thought, this being the week of Mother's Day, it would be completely appropriate to talk about something on the infertility side of Turner syndrome, because y'all know I love to talk about that, and talk about how I handle Mother's Day while dealing with infertility. I have been through one Mother's Day since we started our foster care adoption process. I've been through two since finding out my numbers and everything and getting the official premature ovarian failure infertile diagnosis and all of that confirmed. And I've been through three since we've gotten married. So I've had not just experience over my lifetime knowing I'm dealing with infertility, going through that day understanding that and kind of anticipating how difficult that's going to be. I've had 3 solid years of feeling that ache on Mother's Day in a much more real way than I think I ever had in my life before this. So I want to talk about the few things that I kind of have learned about how not to just get through or survive Mother's Day, but to actually be able to embrace it and celebrate it in a way that doesn't feel defeating. That isn't just this looming cloud of a reminder of my struggles. So the first main way that I have been able to readjust my thinking when it came to Mother's Day was kind of remembering that it isn't always about the traditional way of being a mom. I had my nephews give me cards on Mother's Day last year, and while that might seem a little strange, it just brings up that idea of you don't have to have biological children or have children in your care 24/7 to play a motherly role, to be a mother figure, or to have that relationship. I have talked about my nephews all the time. I love my nephews like they're my own. I watched them come into the world. I adore them so much, and that is a scenario that I kind of feel like a mom in, especially because I mother everything. So that's kind of one way I've reframed it. Like, it's not all about that traditional view. There are other scenarios where you would celebrate somebody also on Mother's Day, but maybe it's not the woman that gave birth to you, although I do celebrate her too. I just had my eyes kind of opened to that, and I think that kind of bursts that bubble of how it has to look, what scenario it has to be for you to be celebrated on Mother's Day. A lot of what ends up being talked about from my experience is just women in general. The moms and the women figures in our lives that play that role. And I think that's important. So the second type of way that I have kind of learned to embrace it is just not putting a tense on that term for me. So most of the time, if you're being celebrated on Mother's Day or if you're getting a gift, you would presently be a mom or pregnant and expecting a baby and a mom in that way. But the last couple years, my mom's given me a gift on Mother's Day, and she's given Andrew a little something on Father's Day, just to kind of pay tribute to, especially amongst everything we've been going through. You will be a mom. You will be a dad. And we are so excited for that. And kind of honoring the fact that, no, you're not completely there yet, but you'll get there. And kind of honoring the fact that we're trying to get there, that that's a desire we have. And I think it gave me a little freedom to dream about that time more without putting that pressure on it, and kind of appreciate and look towards that in a more positive way instead of a huge dark cloud weight kind of way, if that makes any sense at all. So especially this year, I'm looking at it probably from the most positive aspect I ever have, simply because I understand a little better that that's not what defines me. It does not define me if I'm a mother. And it does not define me as a mom if I gave birth to my children. It does not define me to play into those traditional roles that fit neatly in the box. And it's okay to look forward to that some and appreciate that. And it's okay to give myself that freedom. Also, of course, we are deep in that process, so it's a little easier to feel like, hey, we're on our way. We're gonna get there. We're making progress, and feel a little more positively about it. Of course, I can't really deny that aspect to this year. But what'll be really interesting is to see how I feel on that day. And I think one of the things that I want to start doing on Mother's Day, whether I go through another year after this year not having a child, is thinking of it more as just celebrating the women in my life. Celebrating the women around me that have nurtured me and cared for me and loved me and really played that role for me. And the biggest one of that, of course, being my mom, my actual mom. And I would love to have her on my channel and share her stories she has, because listening to her talk about everything that went down with me is a very crazy experience and a very crazy story to hear. But she's very shy. She doesn't want to be on camera, so I can't do that. But I will say I hope she has an amazing Mother's Day, and I am so grateful for her, and I cannot wait to celebrate her and just let her know how much I appreciate her and love her, and I'm so grateful for everything she's done. And I'm gonna take her to get her nails done, because that sounds really fun. We haven't done that in forever. So I hope you take this and are able to embrace Mother's Day and are able to see it in a different light if this Mother's Day you're struggling. I hope this gives you a little bit of a new perspective to it, and I hope this is encouraging. I hope this was positive. I hope this helped you. If it did, give it a thumbs up and share it with everybody. Make sure you are subscribed and have notifications on, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!